Hello everyone, Merry Christmas to all of you. Welcome to the Economy Primer series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about NITI Aayog. So, you may have heard that for economic development, policy think tanks are very much important, and India has become the fifth largest economy, and in order to strengthen its more economy, we need a think tank, and for that we have NITI Aayog in our country. So what policy think tank does? So they catalyze changes by raising awareness on key economic issues and also telling the way forward for the government of the state government and also the central government. So moving towards the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss that why this topic is into the discussion, then introduction about NITI Aayog, then objective and function of the NITI Aayog, initiative by the NITI Aayog, achievements of the NITI Aayog and concerns related to NITI Aayog. So we will address this concern according to the practice question for mains, and then we will discuss the practice question for prelims. So moving towards the introduction part. So this is the why in discussion. So here we have taken the cutout of the newspaper because NITI Aayog is the topic which is always into the discussion. So what are the relevant news which is related to the NITI Aayog? So Andhra Pradesh to get a chapter of NITI Aayog's Women Entrepreneurship Platform, ensuring MSP to more farmers can double their income. NITI Aayog member. NITI Aayog plans to boost India's electronics auto global value chain share. NITI Aayog bats for structure reforms of MDBs, which is multilateral development banks. So what all these cutouts says that these all cutouts are related to the economic development of this country and the economic issues which are erupting in this country. So that's why this topic has become very much important, and here we will deal with the factual things related to the NITI Aayog, and we'll also deal that what are the achievements and what are the concerns related to the NITI Aayog. So moving to the intro part. So as you already know that NITI Aayog is a policy think tank and it got established on 1st January 2015. So what is the government today? BJP led government, they had established this NITI Aayog, and earlier we have this planning commission. But when NITI Aayog came, the planning commission dismantled, and in that we have this NITI Aayog, and it has been said that planning commission was redundant in nature and it was not addressing the key issues whatever is happening in India. And this is not the advisory body, this is also tells the how to way forward and how to deal with the center and states, and it does not just deal with the particular central programs, it also dealt with the problems of the state, that what each state is going to a different problem and each state have a unique problem. So in that way this is very different from the planning commission, so that's why we have designed this NITI Aayog. So this is a brief introduction of NITI Aayog. Moving to the next slide, which is what are the objective and functions of NITI Aayog. So here we'll be just briefly discussing about that what are the objectives we have. So the main objective is policy formulation. We already know that this is a policy think tanks, and it also promote the cooperative federalism because it deals with the center and states, also development plans and strategies, and promotion of innovation and entrepreneurship. In the next slide we'll also discuss that what are the special initiatives by NITI Aayog. Suppose that we have Atal Innovation Program. So these are the innovation programs which has been launched by the NITI Aayog. Monitoring and evaluation is also done by the Aayog. Special initiative and research and data analysis, because all these things are very much related. When you are designing a policy, when you are launching any particular schemes, for that you need research and development, for that whom to target and what are the funds requirement for it, which states are more vulnerable. So these are the works which are done by the NITI Aayog. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about that what are the initiatives we have related to the NITI Aayog. So these are the initiative of the NITI Aayog. SDG India Index. So as you already know that our Prime Minister is visiting to every COP summit, and in every COP summit we are discussing about the SDGs. For that we need to have our national SDG plan. And who releases the indexes of SDGs? So it is the NITI Aayog, because it's very important to evaluate our country on a national level. Composite Water Management Index, Atal Innovation Mission, 𝐶 project, Aspirational District Program, School Educational Quality Index, District Hospital Index, Health Index, Agriculture Marketing India Innovation Index, Women Transforming India Awards Good Governance Index. So it does not just release the index, it also announces various rewards and awards, because these things are very much important to boost any other's confidence, and it also shows the example of other state that okay, if this state has become example and if this state has earned the award for this particular things, then other state can also aspire to become like that. So in that way, it is not just designing the thing, it is also boosting the confidence of different states to compete with each other, so that our economic development can happen on a time and it can be on a smooth basis. So these are the special initiative by the NITI Aayog. Moving to the achievements. So there are various achievements of NITI Aayog, but we have listed few, and all these to show you that in what direction NITI Aayog is working and how much relevant in today's era. So first we have this aspirational district program, and in 2023 the aspirational district program has completed its 5th year, and it has targeted 112 backward districts, and 112 backward district got benefit from this aspirational district program. So this is a very achievable thing for the NITI Aayog. Coming to the asset monetization. So in Union Budget 2021 and 2022, the government has decided that we will focus on the asset monetization, that whatever the assets we have will make it more sustainable and will make more money and economic value from all those assets. And we have decided particular set target for this thing, and the target was rupees 88,000 crores, and we have achieved this target. So this is also one of the remarkable achievement of NITI Aayog. Then coming to the next, which is industry. So we have this production linked incentives, and in production linked incentive, we have expected that we will produce around rupees 40 lakh crore, and it is also expected that additionally we will generate 60 lakhs of employment. So these are the sectors, and it will work in the 14 sectors. So they had targeted few sectors from where they have they will make money like this. And then multi-dimensional poverty index. So this index was in news because due to this index we got to know that Bihar is the lowest ranked district and the Kerala is the highest ranked district. So all these states got their mirror that where they stand in terms of the national development and what is their economic contribution and in what ways they are lagging, that Bihar lacks in education, it lacks in economic empowerment. On the other hand, we have seen that Kerala has a much better age in every direction, and it has also divided states on their performance basis, on their population basis, that most backward state, then least backward state, and then we have a forward states. And it has also chosen cities on the basis of their population. So in that way they had created a good example that how to multidimensionally indexes your own population, and they have studied on various parameters on poverty, on education, on various hunger. So in that way it has read a state in all over the matters. So this is very useful for any state or for any population, and it has included the housing, sanitation, electricity, cooking fuel and nutrition. So these all things are basic amenities of any human life, and basic amenities are very much important to judge the economic progress of any country. So moving to the other slide, which is that SDG India Index 2021 to 2020. So in that index, what we have are different things, and what is the achievement of the NITI Aayog into this. So earlier targets were like we have only 39 targets in 2019 and 20, but right now we have 62 indicators. So what all this is that NITI Aayog has worked on 62 indicators, and then we had 13 goals, but right now we have 16 goals. So all these things, what it says that we are working on various targets, like from 62 we have now 100 targets, then from 13 we have 16. So in that way we have improved a lot, and the NITI Aayog has researched a lot on various targets and indicators that in which direction you have to work. So this is also one of the achievement that NITI Aayog is working on 100 targets, 100 indicators. So this is a very good example by research and development team of NITI Aayog. Then we have this Project 𝐸. So Project 𝐸 is related to sustainable action for transforming human capital education. So if the education criteria of any country is good, then it will translate into the economic development. And we have seen example of the Western countries whose education criteria is very much good and they have a less number of unemployment people. So in that way, this is a very good sign for India. And in the first phase, they had targeted 2.3 crore students, 4.5 lakhs teachers and 2.3 lakhs government schools. So it's very important to start anything with the basic thing. And here we have focused on the school education, because the basic aim of the education is to focus on the school education. If school education would do better, then college education will automatically do better. So it's better to focus on the basic amenities, and education will definitely translate into the employment. Will have a better person who have a better awareness about any schemes, any job requirements, and they will become more skilled, rather than India is a country which has a huge population who are very unskilled, and that's why they are not getting job into today's era. So we need more skilled and aware people. So for that, education is very much important. Then we have economist huddle. So huddle is a very, you can say that, quick kind of meeting, and we have economist huddle organized by Prime Minister Modi, and Prime Minister Modi has personally attended that huddle, and the aim of that huddle was India's growth and resilience amidst global headwinds. And ahead of this budget, we have this economist huddle, and in that they had talked about the contribution of India's economy to the world economy, and they had also talked about that what is the instance of India's economy. So these kind of huddles and summits and conferences are very much important to decide India's future economy. And then we have this circular economy. So NITI Aayog has drafted a circular economy action plan for Lithium batteries, and this is one of the example. We have various plans circular economy for other thing also. Here we have taken example of Lithium batteries and what it has targeted, that how it can use the battery, recycle the battery, reuse the battery. So in that way, we are also focusing on the manufacturing, reuses, recycle. So this is also a good example to make a sustainable economy. Moving to the prelims question. So the question is, in the realm of economic governance, what is the primary role of NITI Aayog in India? And your options are directing and executing monetary policy. You should definitely clear about all these statements, that what they are saying and what they are asking. Facilitating international trade agreements, fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainable economic development, regulating financial markets and stock exchanges. I think we already have discussed, so you can easily answer this question. Moving to the mains question, discuss how the institution can overcome the challenges to effectively contribute to the country's socio-economic development. So here we are discussing about the NITI Aayog. So first you have to give brief intro of NITI Aayog, that when it got established, what is the basic aim of NITI Aayog, what is the basic function of the NITI Aayog. Then we'll come to that what are the challenges we have in front of the NITI Aayog. The first, that it is only advisory in role. Then we have political intervention. They cannot say any state that this fund is allocated to you. So basically they cannot distribute any funds to any state. And then they lacks the legal authority. So these are the challenges ahead of the NITI Aayog. Then coming to that, what should be the way forward in order to achieve the socio-economic development by NITI Aayog. So first we have to give requisite powers to NITI Aayog, that its role should not limited to the advisory thing. Then it should have a legal mandate, that it can tell anybody that this, if you are not meeting the target, then this is the punishable offense, and you may have to force and you may have to face any kind of punishment by the central government. So the legal enforcement is very much needed, and then it cannot influence any state and any central government scheme. So here it lacks the influencing power, and then it also have that its role is just advisory in nature, so it should be activated, and there should be like maybe for some things its decision are binding on nature, and it should be non-partisans. It means that it should be without any bias. So these are the way forward in front of the NITI Aayog. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. And the PDF of this session is available on Telegram, and the Telegram channel name is Economy Primer. So kindly avail from there. Thank you.